All right, Shalom Akim. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi. Yahweh is who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahawashi is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And there's no God beside them. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for being faithful witnesses to the Holy Spirit. And Shalom to the elect, whom the Most High have given ears to hear. All right, and this lesson is going to be entitled Yahawashi is our supplemental plan, 100% coverage. You know, and a supplemental plan, it says, is an additional insurance plan that helps pay for healthcare costs that are not covered by a person's regular healthcare insurance plan. These costs include co-payments, co-insurance, and deductibles. Right? Yahawashi came to do what the law could not. Yahawashi covered what he knew. The Lord sent Yahawashi to cover what he knew we couldn't. All right? We are in heavy debt to Yahweh because of our iniquities. Right? Our iniquities is us sinning against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. What is sin? Sin is transgression against the law. All right? In ancient times, our people, they vowed a vow as far as them telling the Lord, you know, all that thou sayest, we find it good, this is what we're going to do. They vowed a vow. All right? However, they breached the contract every time they went against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. That's why we're actually in slavery today. That's why we're forced to pay bills. All right? That's why we never have any justice. We never have any peace. All right? That's why we're always put on the back burner as far as, you know, being helped. All these things are written in the Deuteronomy 28 and 15 on down, which is literally, you know, the fine print, if you will, to where if we would breach the contract, this is the situation we would be in. And we need Yahawashi. We need that supplemental plan, because if not, we're gonna be in perpetual servitude under our enemies. To this day, our enemies are devising plans, starting off with the so-called white man, devising plans to have us as perpetual slaves. Okay? And let's grab that actually. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 4. When thou vowest a vow unto God, defer not to pay it. For he have no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. Better is it that thou shouldest not vow, than that thou shouldest not vow and pay. Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin, neither say thou before the angel that it was an error. Wherefore should God be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thy hands? Okay? And the 2/3 of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, along with the elect, have, at one point in time, 2/3 is still doing it. The elect is, you know what I'm saying, working towards paying that, you know, paying that debt back to Yahawashi. All right? We went off. We breached the contract. We are all in captivity. The Lord told Jeremiah, thou even thyself, which Jeremiah is of the elect, but he said, even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage. Okay? And Yahawashi Yahawashi knew that. All right. The scriptures speak about Deuteronomy 32 and 35. To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time. For the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste. All right. And Yahweh Shem Yahawashi knew that. All right. Yahweh knew that our foot would slide in due time. This is why, in the Old Testament, there's prophecies about Yahawashi, how he would come back and save Israel from their iniquities. Okay. Right. This is Psalm 17 and 5. Hold up my goings in thy paths, that my foot slip not. Psalms 94 and 18. When I said my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Yahweh, held me up. And the mercy of Yahweh is Yahawashi. Okay? The mercy of Yahweh is Yahawashi. All right? Matthew 1:21 speaks about how the Lord will save Israel from their sins. Yahawashi was born expressly to save Israel from their sins. All right? It says in the Old Testament, in Isaiah 54? 53. All right. It says Isaiah 53 verse 6. I'll start at the top. Point is in verse 5. Who have believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? The arm of the Lord is Yahawashi. All right. Whom is Yahawashi revealed? Yahawashi was revealed to the elect. For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He have no form of comeliness, and when we see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. All right. Yahawashi was an Israelite who came out of the hood. As Nathaniel said, he said, shall any good thing come out of Nazareth? He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid as it was our face from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. You see? And it is written that Yahawashi will come back, and again, make up for that which we couldn't pay. Like you ever go to the doctors and, let's say a few weeks or a month later, you get in the bill in the mail, you're like, what the fuck is this? I don't, I got insurance. Then you call and then they explain it to you. Yeah, your insurance paid this, that, and this. They paid 80%, but you still owe 20%. Or they paid 60%, but you still owe 40%. And that's where Yahawashi comes in. Okay? That's why it says in Matthew 17 and 5. All right? Which is, I'll start at the top. And after 6 days, Yahawashi taken Peter, James, and John his brother, and bringeth them unto an high mountain apart, and was transfigured before them. And his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias talking with him. Then answered Peter and said to Yahawashi, Lord, it is good for us to be here. If thou wilt, let us make here 3 tabernacles, one for thee, one for Moses, and one for Elias. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them. And behold, a voice out of the cloud which said, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased, hear ye him. It also says that in I want to say Matthew 3, when John the Baptist was baptizing Yahawashi, and a voice came down from heaven saying, let me see. Yeah, Matthew 3 and 17, right? 3 and 15. Yahawashi answered and said unto him, suffer it to be so, for thus it becometh us to fulfill all righteousness. Then he suffered him. And Yahawashi, when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water, and lo, the heavens were opened unto him, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove, and lighting upon him. And lo, a voice from heaven saying, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. All right. So again, when you bring it back to the scenario of you talking to the doctor, and you kind of stressed out. You see this bill, and you can't pay for. Like, man, how the fuck am I gonna pay for this? And then they give you another option. Well, you could call this company. They normally help out with they normally help out with that what you can't pay. It's a supplemental insurance plan. So they give you the rundown. All right, and you call this company, and they let you know what you got to do to sign on. Right? And Yahawashi already broke it down. He said, John 8 and 32. And ye shall know the truth. All right, what you know the truth is Yahawashi, and the truth shall make you. Let me see. Yeah, 31. I should have started at Salakia, which means forgive me. Then said Yahawashi to those Jews which believed on him, if ye continue in my word, then ye are my disciples indeed. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Okay? So you free from that debt now, because you know Yahawashi. All right? How do you know somebody? All right? You talk to them, you know what I'm saying? You read about them. All right? Which us talking to the Lord is praying to him. Us reading about them, of course, reading the scriptures. All right, and learning about this awesome plan. All right, you gonna appreciate that. Like, man, I can get out of debt by signing on to this plan. Hell, shit. Where do I sign at? This is Romans chapter 8 verse 1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Yahawashi. All right, you debt free. You in Yahawashi. All right, but remember, you got to read the fine print too. As we just read, you don't vow something. It's better to not vow than that thou shouldest not pay. All right, so yeah, Yahawashi came to look us out, but we got to pay. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. But it says, there is therefore no condemnation to them which are in Yahawashi, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For the law of the Spirit of life and Yahawashi had made me free from the law of sin and death. The law of sin and death is written out in the Old Testament. All right, which our people constantly, as we went into before, time and time again, went against the law. All right, which sin is a transgression of the law, and at that point, all right, you signing on to die. All right. That's how you're going to pay up if you fuck up at the law. It says that in Romans 6 and 23 that the wages of sin is death. Right? It says, For what the law could not do, and that it was weak through the flesh, God sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh. All right? Meaning that Yahawashi came in the flesh, all right, and solidified his duty, as we read in Isaiah 53. You know? And now he's accepted of Yahawashi. Now he's that way that we should walk in, that we must walk in. You deny, the scriptures say, you deny Yahawashi, Yahawashi will deny you in the presence of the Lord. And Yahawashi is the only one that the Lord is hearing. We just read that in what? Matthew 17:5, Matthew 3:17. This is my son in who I am well pleased, hear ye him. Okay? So let's go to Psalms chapter 22, verse 25. My praise shall be of thee in the great congregation. I will pay my vows before them that fear him. Okay? And what's the scripture say? That it pleased the Lord by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. All right? So we pay Yahawashi back, which again, that's the only one that the Lord is hearing right now, that the Lord is appreciating. All right? That's the only plan that the Lord is accepting. All right? We pay him back by going out there and doing the works, by doing these lessons. All right? You know, by attending to the Lord's sheep. All right? Attending to those that don't have. Attending to those that want it. Okay? Not only those that don't have, but those that want it. All right? This is Romans 12:1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, okay, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Okay? And by being conformed to this word, we now know the will of God. All right? So with that, shalom to the elect.